Good evening and welcome to Geek Squad on Joy 99.7. The time is 7 minutes after 7. And today we will be talking about social media, which we all use, and the legal guidelines to it have some implications, some legal implications later on in your life, or even a couple of seconds after you've posted them. Has it occurred to you that it could be defamatory, it could be stealing someone's content, intellectual property infringement.
Yeah.
That one. But the law and how it applies to social media is really a developing area that social media users, especially in Ghana, are yet to understand. Sometimes our actions through materials we share on social media infringe on various laws that we might be unaware of. Some legal concerns range from disregard to copyright. So on today's show, we'll be looking at how to avoid a breach of the law while we're on social media. So, how to stay within, what is that a term for it? Like within the legal confines, a safe zone
Just
of
stay
social.
within the constraints of the law.
TO2.
Yeah.
What's the MET?
Don't worry about
Okay.
that.
So Loretta is a legal practitioner and she will be shedding some light, some very bright light on the topic we're about to discuss. Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN. Choose your own bundle, your own way with MTN Flexi Bundle. Just dial *138# and enjoy bundles that don't expire. And then you can watch us live on Facebook, on YouTube, and you can tweet at us on Twitter with the hashtag JoyGeekSquad. I've been seeing people make mistakes with a geek. It's GEEK, not geek, /JoyGeekSquad. And if you want to find me, it's at the real Spiky across all social media platforms. So, alright, illegal content someone composed on social media. And what? Yeah. So, what's the most dangerous thing? How to scare people small?
I mean, I can't really say what the most dangerous thing is because there are lots of things that we do on social media that are dangerous. I can say that it's because a lot of people don't know the point where their rights are being infringed upon or the remedies that are available to them. So, for instance, someone who decides to post an intimate photo of another person without their consent would definitely amount to a breach of the law. But then that person whose photo was that person who's in the photo may not know about this. So as a result, the person may not know that they have some sort of remedy that they can take. So, a lot of people play around with these things, and the moments where people realize that their rights are being infringed upon, that's when people are going to start to sit up because they're going to realize that, so I actually can't get away with this.
Do you guys know that some things you can do on social media could be dangerous? Like, could be infringing on some legal something. I want to use a certain word, but I'm being very careful, especially because of Michael. Michael, have you ever posted something?
The copyright holder.
Well, she's here, so we can contact and then probably get a commission for.
Anyway, so a common one I'm sure a lot of people have fallen into is you make a music clip of some sort. So you take, typically it's your favorite song, and you take your favorite series of clips. It could be anything, and then mix it all together. You finally started using Windows Media Maker. I'm not sure my age with that statement, but I don't care. I will carry on. You go to the world, upload it to YouTube, copyright infringement before the upload has even finished going on.
Oh yeah, so
And
that's one.
Even lately, a new one that's been occurring to me a lot, and I'm sure the listeners who can say it's happened to them, is you see a clip online, whatever, shared from Facebook stories, WhatsApp stories, whatever. You see a clip, or even shared to a group. You download it, and then you repost it on Twitter. Forget about it. You've gotten your retweets, you've done your interactions, whatever. It might even be a reaction to something else. No problem. Then months or years down the line, you just get a notification on Twitter. Your account has been disabled for copyright infringement for this and they will delete the tweet and all the evidence pointing to it, and you just see a box there saying tweet content deleted for copyright infringement. So,
Winston,
Yep.
have
I posted anything?
Yeah.
I mean, on social media, no.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really be on social media that much.
Well, yeah, you're only just coming to respond to being called Chado.
Travis Scott.
No, that's when he's not being Chado Travis Scott. He's being James May.
Fair, but yeah, but I mean, we've heard of situations where things that were posted online. I mean, that story went around where there was this woman in the UK who, you know, the Ghanaian parents thing.
Oh yes,
She
forwarding
reposted,
everything.
she reposted
Yeah.
something, and then I think some government agency in the UK went through her phone and they found something that was, and she was actually booked
Yeah.
for those crimes. So yeah, I mean, we've heard of these situations.
Wasn't
I have
she a policewoman herself?
yeah, she herself
Yeah.
was a policewoman, but yeah, the African runs deep. So yeah, she did certain things that our parents always do, which is
Well,
anything.
we will talk about the details of that,
Yeah,
and then have Loretta explain how, I think we should start on that, because that's one thing a lot of people, we've heard a lot of the times. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Ignorance is no defense, right? But in her case, now, for listeners who don't know the story, we are all in numerous groups, and you probably have been receiving forwarded messages and videos and pictures from your parents. And yeah, if one of them happens to be content that could be illegal, like child pornography, which was something that was found on this woman's phone in the UK, she knew nothing about. Obviously, because she was probably in a group and was shared probably with the same caption, look at what these children are up to nowadays. You know what I mean? And our social media is always automatically downloading stuff. Mine is all off. So someone sends something into a group you're in, that stuff is downloaded to your phone. You don't know anything about it. You get to the airport and then, or, into a country or somewhere, security agencies find this content on your phone. You're ignorant about it. You didn't know it was there. You didn't download it, but you received it. Ignorance is no defense, I know, but can you please explain to us, enlighten us, how this is a risk?
Okay, so like you said, when it comes to like downloading of stuff off social media, you have yours off. It's very important because people can post a lot of things in WhatsApp groups and they would just suddenly appear on your phone without your knowledge. And it's very important that you use no defense. That's the law is so that people don't take advantage of it and say that they did not know that something was illegal or constitutes a breach of law. Otherwise, a lot of people would pretend that they did not know. So that's actually why that principle is there.
Wow. So if I didn't know that I was breaching the law, I could actually go to jail.
Yes.
Winston.
I have a question. What is the exact across all board? I mean, you should have due diligence to eliminate those things. But like you said, auto download is a feature that is typically just
It's
checked.
automatically enabled.
Enabled.
So
So if I haven't shared it, yeah, there's also no proof that you
you didn't view it. Exactly.
So okay, well,
You've answered your own question.
yeah,
I
it
guess.
feels like that.
So I guess it makes sense that ignorance is no defense, because like she said, there's no way to prove. People can beat a lie test. So you can't say, hey, we're going to take a lie test. So, Michael, Winston, is there something like a law dedicated to the use of social media in Ghana? Have you come across something like that?
What I want to say, I won't say. But so as far as I'm aware, no.
Loretta, is there any law dedicated to the use of social media in Ghana?
Okay, so I'm going to say like two different things. So right now we have the Cybersecurity Act,
Right.
and that regulates some cyber security activities and cyber activities. So there are provisions in there that make it an offense to post intimate photos of other people without their consent.
But you can post intimate photos of yourself with your consent.
Oh, you can say it like that. But yeah, so you it's an offense to do that. It's an offense to cyber stalk a child. It's an offense to post an indecent photo of a child or a video of the child on social media as well.
I think we know that now.
Yeah, and apart from you are asked to accept their terms and conditions. So each of these platforms have their individual terms and conditions. So for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you'd find that sometimes things operate differently. For example, on Instagram, when there's something that is indecent that violates their policies, is censored and taken down. You might on Twitter, however, you might probably see that post. However, later on, you find out that the account has been suspended for violating the policies. And also, on Twitter, you sometimes when people use offensive language, you see that it's not shown.
Yeah.
You have to press show before it will come up. So there's not, apart from these, there's not really any particular law that is, dedicated to social media.
Right. So now that you know this, have you ever read any of the terms and conditions, Michael or Winston? Have you read any? And to my listeners too, you can send us a message 055 quadruple 1997 055 1111 997 055 1111 997. Have you ever read terms and conditions? Have you read any, even just like a paragraph? I just want to know.
What, a whole paragraph?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, a paragraph. I mean, come on.
I read an intro paragraph. I'm not even sure I finished that most
You
times.
probably just read terms and conditions and just clicked okay.
I am probably not alone in that.
Yeah, that's what I want to know from our listeners. Who
But
has?
yes, no.
So,
The
Yes,
closest
you were expecting
yes,
wood.
the-
You were expecting wood.
you would. The
Winston.
closest I have come to doing that though was with
What's
and I
up?
will no, not WhatsApp, TikTok.
Oh, right.
And it wasn't
Why?
even because of the terms and conditions. It was because it's a bit unacceptable what you accept from general social media, but TikTok was really going far, and I like no, that I will not,
But that's also because you had a personal vendetta against TikTok.
and it
I
will
think-
stand.
Yeah. Winston.
yeah. So, fortunately, terms and agreement was after we went for the first African Data
Yes.
Protection Summit, and one of the speakers was one of the heads of the World Wide Web, and she talked about she was a lawyer herself. She talked about how companies, to be able to keep themselves in a comfort zone, they word their terms and agreements in such a way that you will never catch them slacking. I was like, you know what, let me check this out. So, I read a couple of times, and I think at the time there was a lot of updates on terms and agreements. Google did that. It was a
Because
I
of the
think
whole GDPR.
GDPR, Cambridge Analytica, all that stuff. So it was a fine May day, and I just decided to read everything. And so I have a question based on
For Loretta.
Yes. So now you talked about how we have a Cybersecurity Act. We also have a Data Protection Act, and then intersects in the sense that, let's say, for instance, you are in a very conservative country, and you find your way onto Twitter, and you post suggestive things on the platform. So, like, at which point do these things intersect? Because how far does the policing go on these things? And is it that when it's your time and you're in trouble, you don't have anything to
These social media platforms, before they're even allowed to operate within Ghana, they have to basically comply with the laws of Ghana. So if, for instance, the laws of Ghana are very reluctant, it doesn't prevent Twitter or Instagram for saying that if you post an intimate photo, it's going to be of their platform. That's what you have to comply with, and it's internationally. I mean, it's something that should be taken seriously. So whether it's relaxed in Ghana, Twitter is not necessarily going to say that, okay, we're also going to relax on that. Yes.
So versus when it's not allowed. If it's allowed on Twitter, for instance, and you post it, your country can, for instance, prosecute you for posting something against your country's laws, but not against Twitter's laws, for instance. So if I posted, let's say, a picture and my country does not allow it, but Twitter allows it.
In compliance with our laws. So Twitter can't, if it's not allowed in Ghana and Twitter decides that
It's
they are
allowed.
going to, it does not.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're listening and then you're thinking that, oh, but it's allowed on Twitter, you can do it, you need to know if the country that you're in laws allows it.
So, but shouldn't Twitter be responsible for taking?
Instagram and Facebook. Twitter is not, how should I say it? Basically, the AI that is embedded in it is not so responsive. So for Instagram, it will be taken down immediately or within an hour.
I need to read this Cybersecurity Act. I think that's what I'll do for this weekend.
You've got a lot of time. Anyway, so if you're listening to us and you want to tweet at us, it's hashtag JoyGeekSquad. Hashtag JoyGeekSquad. Tweet at us using the hashtag. So, child's picture. And without posting people's pictures without their permission, for instance. And then we've had someone post spiraled into a whole legal something that people were not ready for. People didn't know was, available. Now, we see other people posting their children, and I've read online about say, hey, I wasn't looking good in this picture. This was defamatory. I mean, it's not flattering enough. And sue you, the parent, or whichever guardian it is that posted that picture. Is that a possibility? Is that possible?
The way you say it, they can say it's defamatory. No.
It's not defamatory.
No. Children's photos on social media.
But isn't it a breach of privacy later on in their lives?
I
mean, people are losing their jobs because of tweets from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So
what your parents posted when you were a baby should not affect you.
Okay, what if
because it wasn't you didn't do it. It's not
what
like
if I
you
was not
took
a baby?
It.
I was like, what if I was not a baby? We had a family.
Similar to what Spiky is saying, but what if you become a meme? we know someone personally who was
a meme.
She was a meme twice over, not even once. She was a meme twice over.
She's cool with it though, but
but then they might be, and you've seen there's many people who become memes, and they might not be.
Something she could fight legally, no? And she becomes a meme. What if it's an embarrassing situation she found herself in? Maybe she was sleeping with her mouth open and she was drooling.
Kind of close.
Wow. So you see, and then what if she wasn't cool with that? Could she sue?
Honestly, the law doesn't really say anything about.
What if? I mean, there's a lot of what ifs here because I'm very concerned that someone is in my picture that I was taking, and the person says, "Hey, you used my picture without my permission," and I posted it. And maybe
they got into Samyawa.
And or let's say I got a lot of money from that picture, and the person can come and say,
I actually didn't expect us to get into the money aspect so soon. But I have a question. In line having this conversation.
Because it's actually happened in certain cases where people have sued because they appeared in a picture. Yeah. For instance, recently the lady whose voice is being used in most of those TikTok videos.
Is suing.
She's suing. Because she says she never gave permission for her voice to be used. As a result, she thinks is going to have an impact on her business, which is her voice acting. And which is why I'm asking these questions, because it seems that someone could just be there and then their image or their persona is used without their permission. And I just want to know if someone could sue. It could be a shortcut to some people.
And to add to your question, we have a situation where NFTs are becoming a thing right now. And if you're wondering what NFTs are, they are non-fungible tokens. It's a part of cryptocurrency. Maybe we'll have a whole conversation about it.
I'm actually disappointed that you're bringing it now because it's going to confuse a lot of people.
But it's basically... so it's sum of money. There's this picture of this girl who she's older now, but the house was burning and she was in front and she had a skull or something. It sold for like, I've forgotten the amount, but it was millions of dollars, to whoever pays for it. So now if said person who paid $60 million for this NFT says that all of you Twitter people, you can't use this meme again. Paid good money for it. And now you are just happily tweeting and retweeting on social media. Man, $60 million. So how would the law handle? I don't know if the law has even taken this into consideration.
I don't think it has.
It's because it's very novel area, so the law hasn't really gone to. So he's the one who has the exclusive rights to it. It's covered by copyright.
Right.
So someone cannot decide that to someone. So you need that person's permission before you can use it.
So now, most of the time, we posted a video that belongs to Joy FM or Joy News, and we've received a copyright strike from your channel on YouTube. It's not my fault. The system is automated, right? Now, I think, Loretta, people need to understand what can be considered as fair use. Like, what can I use? Fair snapshot, a snippet of a movie, or maybe like Michael said, you've done your own slideshow and you put Kwame Eugene's music in the background. We're going to put Kiddy's music, Sugar Daddy.
Weddings.
Yes, weddings.
Wedding short videos. We normally be borrowing. I say borrowing some of these songs and slapping it on there. So, I mean, if I haven't gotten a copyright strike, am I cool?
First off, what is considered as copyright and what isn't?
Okay, so copyright is basically legal protection on an author's work. It could be literary or artistic work. So it covers books, films, songs, software, artwork. Yes, around those things. So when an author creates his music or a book, a film, software, automatically it's covered by copyright. But you can register your work for added benefits or added protection.
Okay.
So, for instance, when you want to be registered, before you be able to do that.
Okay.
So you have the copyright, however, you're limited in terms of what you can do, the illegal action that you can take.
Okay. So now here's the thing. Personally, sitting here, right? And I put it on YouTube and said, hey, world, look at such a beautiful thing I've created. And this institution that thinks that they have power carries the soundtrack, uses it to promote their awards show of African football, and used it.
Okay.
I have copyright automatically, first of all, and it's registered again. But up till now, haven't even been settled. Why? Because they just they just totally ignored every letter that's been sent to them by any lawyer I've used.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So what's up?
Yeah, so if they have, if they have ignored every letter that you have written, and more so by lawyers, then, and as you're saying, it's been registered. So you can take legal action, because they should have contacted you and, signed a synchronization licensing agreement before using your copyrighted work.
Question. So, when you're talking about copyright, whose copyright laws take precedence? Is it the country of origin of whatever has been taking, or your country, where you are and where you've taken?
So, I mean, when it comes to copyright laws, they're usually like taking most of the time they are the same. There's not really much of a difference. So, but then
like
it is territorial though. So where your work was created and registered, that's the protection that you're afforded. But copyright laws universally, once a country has signed the international treaty, then that would also apply to the country.
So in the case where someone in Ghana, like our TV stations, have been showing movies and cartoons that they don't have a copyright for.
What's
well,
up?
It's true.
What's up?
These stations can be sued by these companies that created.
Yes.
And they would be sued based, so let's say Disney would sue them in the US, or they'd have to come and sue them here.
It happens
Are they-
where
are they
there's a
different?
slight where there's a slight variation in the two.
Okay. So it was created over there.
Yes.
Yes. So definitely there
There
are
are
laws. Yes.
So now let's come back to the regular
Actually,
people.
even before we go, actually, yeah, speaking of the regular people, because it did raise something to mind. a few years ago, especially on Instagram, when they changed their terms and conditions, people raised a flag that now Instagram are saying that if you upload, and I think Twitter did it too, if you upload any media onto our page, it belongs to us to use as we please. We don't need to inform you that we're using. Have complained that sometimes their artwork is used, that they post online to showcase or to highlight that here I am, and then the social media platform they post it on goes and uses that artwork for their own advertisements or media without any compensation to the artist. What happens there? Are they able to sue? Or is it because they've agreed to the license agreements that, like, fine, you signed your life away, take it?
I mean, if it's stated in the policy and you agree,
Microsoft's policy, end user license agreement, is 15,260 words. That's the biggest one I've seen so far. And if you read at 240 words per minute, it would take you 63 and a half minutes.
So basically an hour.
Yeah.
Over an hour.
But then the funny thing is, that's the biggest one. The shortest one is Instagram, 2,451 words. So 9.7 minutes. Oh, no, hang on, let me check what year this article was written. Nope, 2020.
2020. Wow.
Yeah. So
Let me read some LPMs from MTN. When you lose data, you lose business. And we know this because these days, data is the backbone of your business and you have to keep it safe. Our resilient and highly connected MTN data centers now allow you to easily store and access all the essential data your business churns out every day. With MTN Data Center, you don't have to worry about data storage anymore. There's a team of expert staff available and backup power on hand, which means you can access your data no matter what happens. Your business can't go a day without data. Call 0244 308 mtn.com.gh/business today. MTN, everywhere you go. Yeah, don't lose your data.
you are the worst terms and conditions apply.
Oh, come on. You know, the reason why this is very important is that Emmanuel, Prof, has been hit by ransomware that's only 24 hours old. Yeah, if he was using an MTN data center to back up his stuff, he wouldn't be crying in there right now. He's lost all his files. The ransomware is called EHIS. Anyway, we'll take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll still talk about social media and the legal guidelines.
That's painfully unfortunate.
Giving 9 Ghana cedis, Kwame was giving 36 Ghana cedis, and Pokwa was giving 27 Ghana cedis. Based on this information, how much money would be given to Dela?
Man, I beg Puche, cause this one day, it's been long impression.
Catch up with family and friends like never before. Just pay for only the first minute of your call and pay absolutely nothing for the rest of your call. And you get 50 megabytes a day just for your first call. Dial *550# to subscribe to MTN free after 1 today because we're good together everywhere you go. Terms and conditions apply.
At us, #Joy Geek Squad, and you can send us a WhatsApp message 055 111 997 055 111 997 055 11 11 997. Yes, so we're talking about social media and the legal guidelines around that. I'm a victim to intellectual property infringement, and I don't want to be infringed. To use pictures, I make sure I shot those pictures. If I'm going to use a video, I make sure I shot those videos. Everything, even my words. I'm not going to go and there's a guy in one of our WhatsApp groups, and Winston and Michael know what I'm about to say. You send a happy birthday post there. Why are you forwarding it? You know the annoying part, he doesn't forward it outside the group, in that same group. So yeah, please don't be copyright infringing. That could in turn come back to bite them without knowing. And I mentioned, taking a picture. Is there anything that's very simple that we do all the time that could really affect us later?
And to add to your question,
Relax.
it's the same thing. It's the same. I just wanted to have one answer. So,
See why I said you should wait.
That's no. I mean, can you put things on social media that could be used in a court of law? So in tandem with what he
So
said,
you see why she should answer my question first. Then you can.
be packaged deal.
Winston.
Okay, so
Yes. Simple.
okay, so some simple things that could amount to a breach of law. I mean, downloading movies and software of Telegram.
Wow.
Um,
Oh wow. So
Say it again. Say it again. Please repeat your statement.
downloaded movies and software of Telegram.
I'm really concerned with how specific you were with Telegram.
Because it's that's like, I mean, you know about it because the way you guys are laughing.
Anyone who is doing the artwork for this week, this is the key moment.
Yeah.
This.
Now, yeah, I mean, I hate to admit this, but just yesterday I was scrolling through Telegram and I saw a very nice movie and the trailer looked very interesting and it was screaming at me, download me, download me. And I just might have clicked that download. I'm just stopping it right now. Yes, what else?
Apart from that, posting false information on social media, that
Right.
would amount
Fake
to
news.
Oh, geez.
libel. And what else?
So if I posted that information and at a time it was true, not like it was not proven to be false, but later proven to be false, am I still okay? So there's news that there was news that it was going to rain today, and then it came from the meteorological services, and I posted it, and it didn't rain. That's fake news right there.
Okay, so when we're talking about defamation, that's slander and libel. I mean, it must be information that, injures a person's reputation or a person's business. So, I mean, merely posting information doesn't, really amount to defamation. So it really depends.
Right. So what if somebody sues me and says I didn't open my shop because you said it was going to rain? That's stuff that
Lost
happens in
money
the
there.
US.
Person
And they lost
lost
money and then they're suing me for damages.
Because
Cannot
you didn't
happen.
open your shop.
And they didn't open their
Because
shop
he said it was going to
because
rain.
I said it was going to rain, and they trust my opinion, and it didn't rain, and then, so they lost all the sales for the day,
So what's up?
2,000 Ghana cedis. So I have to pay. Is it possible? No, is that a possibility? Can that happen? In that,
Yeah.
I saw you said you had this on your menu, and I came in and I ordered it. And it doesn't look the same. I'm suing you.
I mean, one of the most interesting lawsuits I've
Scalded.
and yeah, they got a good payout.
Was that Starbucks or McDonald's?
Yeah, one of them.
It was McDonald's.
I wish I could
This
sue my
is-
Hausa cocoa seller.
Right now, what you just done is Lawrence and more.
Some quoted tweets could cry. Oh. No, because just thinking back over the past week, there's a lot of questionable information online that people post emotionally first, and then when the facts come, it's nice to be uncontroversial on it.
Yes, for once.
Okay, so that counts as libel and everything you said.
So there's libel.
Certain regal personality in Ghana
Slander.
is slanderous. So-
He
yes,
said
he
it.
said
Yeah, yes,
something
yes.
in a video.
Yes, it's slanderous.
So
yes.
it's slanderous. Wow.
How
So-
many years in prison is that? I'm just
She's
asking.
not a judge.
I don't know off the
No,
top
no,
of my
no.
head.
What's the payout for that?
Well,
How many-
as if the person suing for
How many
I mean,
units?
it depends. I can't really
What's the
quantify.
minimum?
Why are you
I'm sorry.
like
Why do you have
I
something
think
against
Winston-
someone?
Winston is
I'm
really
sorry. No.
so that you don't fall.
Yeah, no yawa.
No, I still think that there's something up.
Okay, so my question that I asked beforehand, like, so are there any things that you can put on social media that could put you, I mean, like, your responses to certain things? I mean, recently there was a certain LOL that has been on the news for some time now. Is that, like...
That's very obfuscating.
Yeah, I mean, okay, let's say something happens, and instead of being quiet or directly addressing the issue, and maybe this is something that could go,
I'm sorry, something was said about someone.
something happened.
Okay.
Let's just say something happened,
Okay.
and it's a very serious situation that could possibly go to court.
Okay.
And instead of addressing or staying silent on the matter, you decide to ridicule the whole situation.
That's you, the person who's guilty.
Yeah, you, the party who was
Possibly.
most likely
Okay.
guilty, allegedly guilty, just ridicule the entire situation. Can't.
Okay.
I think it would be easier if we put it into context. So let's say I broke into someone's house
Okay.
and then smashed some stuff, okay, allegedly, and people are having a conversation about it on social media, and I'm allegedly guilty, and I come and say LOL. Could that LOL be used against me?
Out in general, you said that's a
Directed.
direct response to those comments on Twitter about you breaking into someone's house and breaking things.
And to sweeten the pot, there's a video of you allegedly stealing.
Okay, so definitely the prosecution would definitely gather all information necessary to prove that you committed the crime. Question your character, so stuff like that could be used as well.
So there was a time when students in school would take videos and all they be having fun, quote unquote, but using foul language, and we've heard that some of them even get dismissed from school and all that. If in one of these videos they happened to slander someone, but the video wasn't intended to be on social media, it was just intended to be on their phones, and some way somehow it found its way onto social media, not posted by them, would the person who posted that video be the person responsible, or the people who were in the video? That who would be responsible?
Well, for that, the people in the video are the ones who said some slanderous information, and it really depends. You can't really tell for sure that this is who is liable.
So it has to go to court first.
I mean, if the person decides to take it to
The person-
court,
okay.
usually the person wouldn't.
So ideally, Winston, Michael, if you
It's exactly the same thing I was going to say. I mean,
you're
I'm
going
not-
to delete your account, why?
I mean, probably
What do you have on your social media that could be used against you?
in
Just
in the current world climate, it could literally be anything.
there could be anything
Yeah.
from copyright infringement to slander.
And yeah, I just have videos on like because slander could be in there, libel
Libel
could
could be in
like it literally could be anything.
Winston.
All I can say for sure is that going by the example she gave earlier, the sort of sins you can commit online, the mega upload supremacy reigns, and I'm very comfortable and happy with that. Yeah, those who know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
So I really can't with both of you today.
I mean, I don't tweet that much. I don't do much on social media, so I am relatively cool. But I think what many people should be aware of is that I guess we should all take interest in what these terms and conditions are on these platforms, and also like the Cybersecurity Act that I'm going to read this weekend. I also think that the bodies responsible for these laws need to educate everybody, because I mean, ignorance of the law is no excuse. But if there's a difference between like ignorance of, I think there's a difference between ignorance of a certain law and not even knowing that it existed. I feel like there's a thing, and I mean, how do I know I've done something wrong when I didn't know that? I mean, I guess that's ignorance, but I mean, we still I mean, you need to teach
If
people.
you haven't seen a gun before and you picked it up and mistakenly shot someone, you still killed someone.
Yeah, that's manslaughter.
Yeah, you haven't seen a gun
that's-
before. You don't know it's capable of killing, but you just killed someone.
That's not a double homicide.
So, Mr. Nkrumah, Spiky, so those who are able to hack your account and take all your pictures to do those naughty business, how are you sure those pictures could go against you some years to come? Spiky, my Google Pixel 3a phone, or Douglas from DC. So, is it possible that if your phone was hacked and then, someone posted your intimate stuff, you could be held responsible for it. Yeah, like they use my account to post intimate stuff without somebody's permission.
Not
I'd
only
have
that,
to prove-
slanderous things.
So I have to prove in court that it wasn't me.
I mean, yeah, your account was hacked, so you had nothing to do with it. I don't see why you should be liable for it.
So if you can't prove it, though.
Then yes, it's your fault.
Okay.
And all too soon, we've come to the end of the show. It's been, Loretta, I'm very sorry for my friends,
That's
Michael
fine.
and Winston. It's like, I think they have an agenda. They want to sue someone. I'm the one who should have been doing this today, asking all these questions because I'm the one looking to sue. But
We got your best interest at heart. Don't do that.
so, would like to end the show here. If you missed this conversation, you can find it on our podcast. It's online. My name is Kobby Spiky. The show was brought to you by MTN. Choose your own bundle, your own way with MTN Flexi Bundle. Just dial *138# and enjoy bundles that don't expire. Abeku, thank you. Now you can take me off.
Hey, my phone is broken.
We've all been here before. The moment when your heart literally stops beating and you see your entire social life and savings flash before your eyes. Yep. Your phone just fell and you are frozen in fear, awaiting the post-mortem reports to find out just how badly your phone is damaged. But now, you no longer have to panic when your phone experiences liquid or accidental damage thanks to MTN Device Insurance.
Just install the MTN